Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another general message. We're just going to tap into the energy and see what we get. I do hope everyone's doing well and feeling very blessed. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, okay, the Hierophant, okay. Got Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus. Someone is feeling a little bit set apart, a little bit on the defensive because of the way that they carry themselves or how they live their life. This could be, okay, Eight of Wands, yeah. I'll be honest, I'm getting like a strong energy of maybe someone who's saying like, I'll give a lot of examples, but somebody who's like, I want to wait till marriage, or I'm abstinent, or something about kind of striving for a more disciplined lifestyle with the Hierophant or some more disciplined way of being and kind of feeling like they're being attacked for it. Okay, let's see. Four of Wands, yeah. I'll be honest, this could be somebody saying like, I want to get married or I want to be in a stable commitment. Knight of Pentacles. Like, okay, this feels, we're just going to speak very, very plainly. And keep in mind, no matter where you've been, no matter what you've been through, you can always change your life path. So if there's anything in your past that you would do differently, it's okay. But we're just going to speak very plainly about the message that I'm getting here. Okay. Yeah, the Hanged Man, we're on the right track. 10 of Wands, and the Devil. Okay. So I'm seeing a general shift where this could be you, this could be someone you know, where someone is stating pretty clearly, like very specific expectations that they have for their life. I'll give you an example that I'm seeing here. This could be someone saying, you know, I want to be like in a marriage and a commitment before I have children. Or, you know, I don't want to be someone's baby mother or baby father without being in a commitment here, something like that. Some sort of stricter standards for their life and feeling like people get kind of like offended by this. Ace of Wands, yeah. Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Magician. Something about people not liking the fact that like someone is not being super liberal with sharing their body. And keep in mind, when I say liberal, I don't mean like politics or anything like that. I mean, I'm a fairly liberal person, I'll be honest. I've been relatively conservative with my body, but in terms of my social beliefs and acceptance of people and everything, like that's very liberal. But I'm seeing someone who is instead making conservative choices just about their body and like their dating habits. So once again, like, you know, not having someone's child unless you're married to them, and there's like, you know, legal protections for you and your child. For some, it's even not sleeping with someone until they're in a commitment or even married, something like that. But feeling like there's like this kind of hostile energy coming their way because of it. Maybe, wow, the Devil, oh my gosh, yeah. 10 of Wands in reverse. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of feel like it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, I don't really care if people think that's like, you know, too strict or old-fashioned or whatever. Like, I'm just not gonna, because like, you know, I think this person is making the right choices for their life, you know? I think every adult should be able to look at their life, look at what they want, and say, this is what I do and what I don't want. And based on their judgment, their feelings, their hopes and aspirations, they know that conducting themselves this way is going to prevent a lot of burdens in the future. Yeah, the Hanged Man, like someone is enlightened, I'll be honest. And like if I'm being very, very honest here. Now keep in mind, in my family, in my boyfriend's family, and my general circle, Yeah, waiting till you're married before having kids is pretty normal. Like, I never really got attacked for that. I don't have any children because I'm not married yet. Now, keep in mind, if this is your situation, if you've been married and divorced and you have kids, or if you had a child out of wedlock, it's okay. It's totally okay. I feel like this is an energy of moving forward, where someone's saying, okay, maybe I already have a kid out of wedlock, but I don't want any more. Or, if I'm with a man and he wants to have a child with me, or if I'm with a woman and she wants to have a child with me, we have to be in a committed relationship. And also taking your time, making sure that you know your partner and you know that this is the right person for you to be marrying. I'm seeing someone who's, taking really logical steps to get their desired outcome. The Sun, yeah. I feel like someone is totally enlightened. If they do have other people who are like, that's old-fashioned, or I don't think they really care that much, because it's kind of like, you live your life, I'll live mine, and that's how it should be. All I can do on this channel is give the advice that I think is good advice, but I'm never gonna chastise someone for living the life they want to live. And if you just want to have a child and you don't want to be married to that person, that's your decision. But I feel like whoever I'm picking up on, this person is like, no, I'm crystal clear on what I want. I'm crystal clear on what I want my life to look like moving forward. And that includes setting some pretty good standards about what I do with my body and who I give access to my body. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. I feel like, we've been through it already. We've seen it already. We've seen how things turn out for people. And getting married before having children is definitely not going to guarantee that, there might not be a bad outcome. But it definitely lowers the risk, Also, too, just making sure, say, for instance, if this is what we're talking about here, waiting till you're married before having kids. If the mother or father decides to dip, there's a lot more legal accountability that they're held to. Two of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Ten of Cups. What I'm seeing here is, I feel like this is a lot of people's energies, honestly, where it's kind of like, if you are not commitment minded, if you're not legacy minded, if you are not just wanting to be with me, then, I'm going to let you be with like-minded individuals. But this is someone who doesn't want to be in a situationship. This is someone who frankly doesn't want to be a baby mama or baby father again, or for the first time. This is just not the path that this person wants to be on at this point, and they're taking the steps to make sure that doesn't happen. But what I do see here is, I do think we do have kind of a weird energy. Because I do think some people in this energy are very judgmental of people who have made the choices that they themselves would not make. And keep in mind, I have seen so many beautiful single mothers and fathers where God has provided for them. He's taking care of them. He's brought them the life changes that they wanted. And so I think it's important, just because you have been fortunate enough, just like me, to, not have been, left with a child or abandoned by a baby mother, baby father, to not be judgmental or critical or hateful of people who are in that life circumstance. But I think it's also really good to, especially if you've been in that situation where, say, you've had a child out of wedlock and the father or the mother left and you had a hard time with it. It is important to talk to the next generation, or talk to people and say, I'm hopefully going to go down a different path, and I would recommend that you make different choices than I did. Just like for me in my own personal life, there's choices that I made that I wish I would have done differently. And so I try to preach that to others. And there's things that I've done that I thought worked out pretty well that I also try to preach to others. And so I feel like there's this general energy of a lot of people rethinking the way that they date, the way that they procreate. But there needs to be a level of respect, of love, of acceptance, and positive forward growth. Yeah, the High Priestess, Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something here though. Like, so we have that good energy, right? But there's a lot of people who are still preaching really bad life decisions. And so just like I said, I would never tell you to do something that I myself wouldn't do. And I would never have someone's child that I'm not married to, personally. I'm just going to be so honest with all of you. I would not do that. Now, if something happens where the marriage ends, great. Get out. If it's a bad marriage, if it's abusive, get out of there. But the law is going to make sure that your children are provided for no matter what, because you were married to that person. I see some people who are like, I don't care. I'm going to have their child first and hope they marry me. A lot of times they don't. A lot of times they do, run off or don't fulfill their obligations. So all I can say is this. We're getting this really nice energy where a lot of people are like, okay, it might be a good idea to be a little bit more discerning and a little bit stricter about who we procreate with. But there's some people who are like still kind of resistant to admitting that typically, having a child without any sort of legal protections for you and that child is a bad idea. And I think there's some people who just don't want to admit that they made a choice that they then came to regret. And once again, that child is beautiful. That child is a blessing. And all we want to do is make sure that that child has the protections that they deserve, that you and your child have the protections that you deserve. And it's a lot harder to ensure that if you allow someone to procreate with you without committing to you. I feel like this is kind of a hot topic right now. This is a hot conversation. This was never really a controversial take in my family. I come from a two-parent household, 2 Black parents who were married for a while before they had me and my sibling. But there was no question. It's like, no, we want you to be married with a good, solid partner before you have a child. And that's the only advice that I can ever give to anyone. And honestly, I feel like most societies know this at this point. The Bible talks about this extensively because it's the best for a child and for a family. Now, make sure that your partner is a good person. Make sure that your partner is loving and cares about you and the children that you have together. But there seems to be a lot of tension in certain parts of society around this topic. And so I hope that we can all come together with love and compassion and care for each other and really focus on the important things in this topic. That we want to make sure that our children and the children in our communities are loved and taken care of and provided for by both of their parents. And that we're not just procreating with each other willy-nilly. It should be that 2 people have children together and that's a wrap. I think a lot of people are starting to recognize that broken homes aren't the best. They don't feel good for the child. They don't feel good for the adults involved. And it's best if we, as women or as men and everyone in between, just become very discerning about that part of life. And, have some higher standards. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to tell someone to use protection. It's okay to say, hey, birth control is okay. It's okay to say, I'm going to be on birth control until we're married. Because I think, honestly, a lot of us have dreams. A lot of us have goals, ambitions. And it's usually a good idea for children to be planned. And for children to be born in a loving, stable home where they know that both of their parents love them and each other so much that they committed to each other. That child can come home from school every day and know that both of their parents will be there waiting for them. I know it's a hot button topic. It's kind of uncomfortable, but I also think it's really, really important to remember that no matter where you are in this conversation, no matter what your life looks like, it's okay. It's okay. You are a blessing. Your children are a blessing. And there are ways to create a safer, more stable family environment, whether you have both parents in the home or one parent in the home. We can move forward from it. But for anyone where you haven't started a family yet, you haven't had children yet, I really, really recommend, God really recommends, be with your one person, commit to your one person, and make sure that you have a stable family unit before you have children. That's what I'm going to do. And I cannot in good conscience recommend anything else. But God bless you. If you are a single parent where you're struggling with this, God will take care of you. He loves you and your child. It's totally okay. But moving forward, let's try to create a better society where children can be taken care of and loved by both of their parents. That's what I have for you. Beautiful message, honestly, and it's okay if you need to take some time to digest this message, because I know it's a little bit of a hot topic, but I think it's important, and I think it's really going to help ensure better circumstances for children moving forward. That's what I have for you. A little bit more of a specific message, but I think this applies to a lot of people wherever you are in your life journey. that's what I have for you. So I do hope this resonated, and I hope this was helpful for you. You can feel free to watch one of my other videos if you would like, and of course you can always book a personal reading with me if you would like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much, and until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.